Thank you.
It's Joseph Arthur here in the Bloodworks live studio. Should we reenact the conversation we had backstage, Joseph?
Let's do it.
You and I had a conversation about football and fantasy, and I don't think either of us had any business having that conversation.
No, not at all. I don't know anything about
and
it.
I barely know anything.
I know a little something about fantasies.
But we could go there.
You know.
But I appreciate you showing interest in me. Second I mentioned fantasy, you were asking me about my team. You pointed out that you're a Browns fan.
Well, I'm from Akron, Ohio, so
right.
that only just makes sense.
Sure.
I tried to switch once to become a Packers fan, but it didn't stick.
How did that?
I don't know why I chose the Packers. I just like their uniform.
When was this? Was when it was Brett Favre?
I was a kid.
Probably when Brett Favre was there.
I went through a phase.
Sure.
You know,
it happens.
I think I'm gonna try this team on, and it just didn't. You can't switch your team.
I find you got to go back to your roots.
No, you're born with a team, and that's it.
Yeah, I want to talk about. We'll talk about more about the Browns later on.
I'm glad we didn't have any business having the conversation backstage, and now we've brought it to live on the radio.
Yeah. So, what are your feelings about the about the expansion of Major League Baseball, Joseph?
I love it. I'm all for the expansion.
I want to talk about your new record, but before we do that, it was pointed out to me by Stephanie. You've got a podcast that you do on the regular.
I do. Yeah. Thank you. Let me promote that. It's called Come to Where I'm From, and we've been interviewing all kinds of musicians, some actors, and writers and stuff like that. A couple comedians.
And these are like known people.
Yeah, we actually get known people to show up, which is really funny. But we've done it. It's been me and my partner Ehud Lazen. Shout out Ehud. We started it about 4 months ago, and we've clocked in 50 episodes.
Wow.
So we're quite serious about it. Yeah, we do 2 a week, and it's on YouTube and all the podcast things. But it's 4-camera shoot, and so it's like
and just a sampling of who you've been speaking with.
Well, Alejandro Escovedo was a nice one. Let's see, we did Rosanna Arquette. Ian Fidance, this comedian guy. Who else? Oh man, so many. Josh Radner was on.
So now the
Mark
other
Lanigan, that was a big one.
Now the other 46 people you didn't name are gonna hate you. Yeah.
I was prepared to play tunes. That's all. My brain only goes up so much.
Well, let's talk about your tunes. The new record came out on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comeback World.
Comeback World.
Yeah. Well, that was the title song I just played.
And deeply personal from what I've been reading up on it.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I went through kind of a lot of transition over the last 3 years. I recovered from some, I think, significant trauma. Just a lot of personal shifts, which I think are like everybody's going through.
Sure.
I think the whole humanity's consciousness is expanding, and so everyone's reassessing on all the dysfunctional relationship structures are all kind of falling apart, and people are learning about MPD abuse and stuff like that, and it's changing their relationships with their family of origin and stuff like that is happening, I think, across the board.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff happened with me pretty heavily. And so, yeah, this whole last few years has been recovering myself, and then through music and trying to make something uplifting, but yet also, have all that experience embedded within it. Is
it different than the way you've approached your songwriting? Because you've been writing for years now,
for a long time. Yeah.
But did you ever go this raw before? I was reading on your website. You talk about eviction as part of your struggles over the.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if it was you or somebody else, but
it went all the way. I went all the way to the bottom, and of just sort of dark night of the soul kind of thing. Where all this structures fell apart, and I got into athletics as a way of sort of saving myself out of it, and heavy into yoga and stuff like that too, and that's something I'm still very much into, and it keeps my head together to the degree that it's together.
And right, and yoga is definitely something you can do while you're out on the road. Are there other things that you're doing?
I did it yesterday here. Okay. I run to a yoga studio, and I went to Core, and then also Motto. I went to 2 different yoga studios since I've been in Portland.
Wow.
So, yeah, I know. So come on, there's no
dedicated.
excuses, guys. If a guy like me can do it on the road.
So the new album is out. It came out on Friday.
Came out on Friday.
You were in town. You performed Saturday night, and you stuck around just to hang out with us.
Yeah, of course. This is a highlight for me. I really appreciate you guys.
That's a highlight for us. Once we knew the availability to have you swing through the studio, we all jumped at the chance.
I'm happy.
Can we hear some more tunes?
I'd love to. Yeah.